named Nigel McGuinness. Let's go.
Blood.
As always, let me know how the audio is.
It's a soap opera, and now there's a finishing school for these aspiring stars. Come inside the ring and
The hiss
see
on
how
this
it's
one's
done.
pretty loud,
Lesson
but
number 1. Learn how to fall.
the actual voiceover not so much.
But that doesn't mean it's easy.
Takes a lot of mental work, a lot of ring work, a lot of timing.
What's the difference between ring work and all that other
For
stuff?
the wrestling stars of tomorrow, you won't believe what it takes to become.
I love that WCW gave them clips from like a 5-year-old Cactus Jack match.
It's macho, and for these guys, it could be a dream come true. Come inside a boot camp for the stars of tomorrow when 2020 Downtown continues after this from our
2020 Downtown. This was the show that the 2020 version that covered cool hip shows. I love the hiss. The VHS hiss is one of my favorite sounds.
And take their 2 kids out of private school. Coming up next, they're live action superheroes in one of the hottest shows around. How do you get a job like that?
Yankee Hawk, thank you for upping that erotic Eric Fontaine level sub, or that membership. Thank you so much. Happy birthday to you, my friend. Everybody wish a happy birthday to Yankee Hawk.
Act 4, the next champ. And now, Bill Ritter.
Bill
Pro
Ritter.
wrestlers call this the squared circle. To me, it's a ring, but a more accurate description might be a
To
stage.
me, it's a ring.
And it's from
I'm a
stage like
purist.
this that pro wrestling has become the hottest entertainment on cable television. 12 hours. of
Everyone
prime
who
time
did
every
news
week.
features on
For a
wrestling
lot of fans,
loved
that's not enough. They want to
this
get from
shot.
out there to in here. And so
Hey, Adam
on,
Carey over
they're
on YouTube.
enrolling in
Hello.
Wrestling school.
Hello,
Dozens of them
Juan
sprouting
over on
up across the
Twitch.
country. But exactly how do you learn the ropes? Well, I decided to find out. Today's pro wrestling is a high.
You know, it's funny that like the WWF was always the brand name that always came up with these type of shows, because WCW was always so much more media friendly in this era.
And to some more
45. Hey, happy 45.
maybe that's one reason why wrestling has exploded into a
Hey, Westagon, exactly. Yeah, this is journalism, baby.
Turned the sport's biggest ringmasters into
Take care of yourself, right?
revered by legions of frenzied fans.
Wrestling was just all my love for so long.
Right in the middle of the ring. Now some kids who once dreamed of playing center field dream of wrestling in center ring. Meet Neil Bisbiak and Jesse Gilmet. You know that
I'm trying to see if I recognize these guys. I vaguely do. Trying to figure out who they are.
After graduating high school in Buffalo, and instead of going to college, they moved to Cincinnati.
Oh shit, is that one of them Pepper Parks?
In wrestling school.
Buffalo.
All right, Jesse. They'll each pay.
Yeah, I think one of them is Pepper Parks.
Good, have a seat, you guys.
To attend
AKA
West
The
Baxter's
Blade.
Main event pro wrestling camp. For the next 6 months, the ring
I
will be
have
their
a
classroom.
soft spot for that
Lesson
A&E
number 1.
history of wrestling documentary.
Pretty.
For one, it gave us the Jeff Jarrett quote that everybody uses about wrestling
Learning how
now.
to fall.
Definitely not a soft.
For those that believe, no explanation is needed. For those that don't, no explanation will
The key is to
do.
land on your shoulders. They absorb the impact and protect your neck, head, and back.
Yes, I love that one. Because it's so bad.
But
But there's such weird footage in it.
His student body comes from all walks of life.
I see Matt Stryker in there, Unibrow. Yes, it is HWA, yes.
I know that it's the first time in my life that I've really
There's
found
Nigel.
something which I consider to be my own really true purpose.
23-year-old Nigel McGuinness is from Kent, England. One day he hopes he'll lace up his boots for real.
Yes, that's why. That's what I'm saying, Yankee Hawk, because they were willing, they were way easier to get a hold of to get footage for this type of stuff. And to give talking
I've got a
heads than
college degree in chemistry.
the
I always
WWF.
thought, you know, at the end of the day, you need something to fall back on.
Little baby Nigel.
But like I said, it would be fooling because
I remember Nigel's
and there's
first
been
couple of
times
years,
where
he
I've
was
got
like
out
the
the ring
worst
and there's been
HWA
tears in
guy.
my eyes just from being so happy.
And
Now, one thing
then
to love
all of a sudden one
Like
day
another
he just became
to
great.
do it. That's 24-year-old Craig Zellner, and from where I sit,
I think that's Race Steele was his wrestling name.
Played a couple years in college football.
Oh, that's cool.
Then boxing, ultimate art, shoot fighting. In most ways, this is a lot tougher.
Race Steele was like
so what's up?
Les
with
Thatcher's boy
wrestling,
toy.
The hardest thing he's ever done. I've always thought this is all just a show, a big fake.
Well, sure, because unless you've lived under a rock the last 15 years, of course it is. It's entertainment.
Nigel, I feel like Nigel going to IWA Mid-South a lot before ROH, he got better then. Like, I'm not talking about, like,
What I do is real.
him being a solid hand and then becoming a great wrestler. I mean, he looked untrained his first couple of years in wrestling.
My 2020
And then
college
all of a
coach
sudden, he
found
became a
that
good
out
hand.
Firsthand in 1985.
Like, watch some of his old stuff on HWA TV. He's fucking
I think
terrible.
for me, wrestling secrets are now out of the closet.
So are these guys actors or are they athletes?
I think they're a combination of both. They're good athletes. They're good
I think that's what happened, DMP, is they have access to it. It's through ABC.
It's got to look like a good show. Suspend their disbelief.
The sell is more important than the slam.
Hey, there's Bull Payne,
Here's how they
who now spends his days bitching about the liberals and the progressives on
It's
Facebook.
all body language. Take a look. The punches either miss their mark or
Fuck
land like,
you.
and that thump you hear, just the wrestler's foot.
Like, why do we need this part when
What about
Les
this
was like, yeah, it's all a show?
Sure looks convincing, but watch again. Cody averts disaster by just rolling
Fuck.
over the bull's knee.
This shit's
It delivers a hard
miserable.
sell. Now, when you link all these moves together,
All right, here's a spot. Listen up.
that's called a spot.
Collar and elbow. Babyface takes the headlock. Heel shoots him.
And it involves just slightly less choreography than a Broadway musical.
Heel sets
Isn't it
back
funny
lock.
that the guys that are always bitching about, like, how wrestling's evolved are the ones who won't shut the fuck up about how it's worked?
Takes off for the rope, shoots the clothesline,
This is wrestle speak,
hits him with one drop kick.
and you need
Like,
to
Les
see
Thatcher always bitches about modern wrestling.
fluent.
Jim Cornette always bitches about modern wrestling. And they're the ones that just
2, 3.
will willingly pull back
To
the
me, it's
curtain.
like a big live-action cartoon, a melodrama.
Oh, you want to know how we fake this? Okay.
And the script is written
And then they'll be like,
on the
oh,
fly.
these kids these days make it all look fake. Blah, blah, blah.
Say, my hands will be covering his mouth. Cover my mouth. No one can see me talk.
All these guys want to sit on the couch and say, oh, I can do that, it's all fake.
Well, NBC also did it in the Secrets of Wrestling Exposed before the Jesse documentary.
0.8 grade point average, so. And I'm still not smart enough. I'm still learning.
I vaguely remember The Extremist. He was just an HWA guy that was around forever.
That still hurts.
I didn't say that none of this didn't hurt. I just said it's a show.
And like any show, you have to look the part.
The trouble is, you can probably
Ooh,
tell I'm a
sexy.
little bit undersized at the moment. You have to spend hours in the gym. You have to spend hours
It's
in
like,
the
what
kitchen.
gym has an oven?
I've got 8 chicken breasts there, a steak, and a couple of cans of tuna. You can always improve. And you can always eat more tuna. No matter how sick you feel, you can always eat more.
You got it, babies. You got it. Stay tight.
Once you've got the body and know the moves, you need
I do. I dizu spazik kazarni.
Ferocious competitor, right? That's like
I learned enough of it to make fun of people who, in the wrestling business, who still speak it like it's the 50s.
That hypes the drama and sells tickets.
What the rock is cooking.
The top pros have it down pat.
I will always be a kid stealing. Woo! Wheeling dealing.
That's the problem, Rick.
Limousine
We needed you to
riding.
stop.
Son of a gun. Heavyweight champion.
I think Nigel was like 19 here. Like, freshly out of high
But for most
school.
rookies,
Great practice
this
interview.
is not a natural act.
Well, Bradley, it's not going to take much. It's going to take... I'm coming here for my first match in the HWA.
God, how shitty must it be to have your training school wrestling promo class aired on ABC. I know this is like all put on, but like you're still fucking up.
Nigel McGuinness, this punk from England wants to call me out.
I'm going to show you that the English let you have this country because we were bored of it.
He better start drinking his
Okay, that's a good line. Yeah, Matt Strike. People always, people these days forget that there were two Matt Strikers, and the unibrow one was more famous
Good director.
until the teacher got the WWE gig.
Wrestling before a crowd.
I did not. I'll have to check that out, Sean Drux.
My ultimate achievement, this is to go straight to the top, which is the World Wrestling Federation, World Championship Wrestling.
How many guys can actually make it in this business?
Possibly 5%, possibly 10%. You know,
And then
you could parallel it with
two of the big companies die within 18 months of this airing, and it becomes 1%.
Championship Wrestling.
Yeah, Matt Striker with a Y was really good, really solid. Didn't have a personality, but
The guy barking orders is called Sarge.
oh, this fucker.
It's a combination boot camp and casting call for the big show.
No, not Steve Bradley. No, Steve Bradley was in WWF Developmental when this was filmed.
Dean Roll, who wrestled as
Oh, that's Shark Boy.
is an alumnus of Les Thatcher's school in
He just
Cincinnati.
did not give a shit.
The WCW
Who
saw him in
knew
the match
what he looked like under the mask?
and signed him to a development contract.
You got to be really tough, or you're not going to make it through the 1 week here.
Together! I watch every little thing they do. Go!
Paul Orndorff runs the power plant. Of course, you may remember him as
We come back, we'll see Joan London get hurt again.
these days.
Yeah, Shark Boy was one of Les's most famous
First
students.
is athletically. How do they move? I like intensity. Keep it going! Who said to stop?
What surprised me
Who said to
is that
stop?
here, size doesn't always matter. As long as you're really good.
Yeah, sure, absolutely, Whispers.
You're the man!
You have 25 people in this camp right now.
Roughly.
How many are going to make it?
I wish they all could.
How many will?
Maybe 6.
I just have to think that I'm one of those 6, because I'm not going to quit. I want to be one of those people more than anything.
Are they training Mid-South? He did like Piper's Pit style
The power
segments
plant has had problems
that are
creating
hilarious.
Person in the ring that I was on the football field. People pay money to see me spear somebody, pick them up in the air.
Like, here's the thing, and I said it on Twitter the other day about Goldberg. You got so much shit for not understanding
And then
wrestling.
give the growl that I give.
He understood Goldberg. It's when you go beyond the spear, the jackhammer, and the rah, you fuck it up.
Close to killing him.
which is precisely what motivates guys like Nigel McGuinness and Craig Zellner back in Cincinnati. Tonight, their first public matches.
Les Thatcher tried so hard to make Craig Zellner, Ray Steele into a thing. That was Shark Boy, yes.
No glamour, no TV lights. On a good night, maybe 200 people will show up. And for their efforts, most of these guys will make little more than gas money.
I think it's Tarek the Great.
I want you to listen.
No guarantee. Craig debuts in a tag team match.
I do believe that he's going to be a very, very good professional wrestler.
No, there's nothing to be nervous about. I'm nervous. I'm sick. Sick as a dog, I know that, but I'm not sure whether that's due to the chicken
I have the flu,
or the
but
fact that I'm going to go and wrestle my first match.
In the locker room, they plot out Nigel's script.
exactly, Adam, yes.
Catch him with that super kick hook the leg.
It's just a hodgepodge of emotions. Everything is built up to this moment.
Wait, did Nigel work his first match with
For Nigel,
fucking Bull
this
Payne?
moment's been a year in the making.
Shit.
It's scary to say it, but this is probably the biggest night of my life.
Why? There's a plant with the
the
Nigel McGuinness side at an indie show.
First professional wrestling match, you feel that every step in the way.
I think it's GQ Masters the Third,
Nigel
maybe?
lands his super kick and gets his career off on the right foot.
To really be able to make the crowd scream at you or boo you without them even realizing that you're getting them to do it. It's magic. It's magic.
That's why he does the card tricks now.
So long, you know, and you think if I never make it, it'll be a
By the way, thank you, Incident 73. I didn't get a notification at all
I'm still chasing it. And I will always
that you upped your sub, but thank you, Incident 73. I don't know what the fuck is up with that. Hey, Bix is here! David Bixenspan in the YouTube chat. One of the all-time greats.
He was recently cut from the WCW Power Plant roster. You can talk online with him and with Les Thatcher right after our program tonight. Just go to our website.
God, could you imagine Les Thatcher in a chat room? ASL?
We'll be right back.
Okay, so just for context,